Hello, 1Conference. I'm so happy to be here with you virtually today. That means all of my bad jokes. I can't see if you laugh or not. Unfortunately, I couldn't be in attendance physically due to a Facebook conference that I'm currently attending in Menlo Park, California. However, I have a lot to share with you today about Facebook insights driven by changes in technology and the effect this is having on consumer behavior. More importantly, we'll discuss what you can do as a business today to get on the bleeding edge of innovation in the advertising ecosystem to begin generating lean conversions and brand awareness. Before diving into the agenda, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about myself and who I am. So my name is Khalil Gonzalez. Prior to Facebook, I worked on the McDonald's brand, where I grew the McDonald's offer app, I piloted mobile order payment, and I also launched McDelivery through Uber Eats. At Facebook, I have the pleasure of partnering with advertising agencies to strategically capture efficiency in service of their clients' business objectives and key results. So that's a little bit about me. I'll jump into the agenda. So today we'll talk about three fundamental things. First is sizing up the Facebook opportunity. Secondly, we'll discuss Instagram stories and what that looks like from a user perspective as well as a business application. And lastly, we have a very special guest who will deep dive into performance marketing, generating conversions, and building campaigns to match true business objectives. So I'm looking forward to an action-packed agenda. I know this is the last or one of the last segments for you guys, so thank you for sticking around. And we have a lot of good stuff to come. So here we go. With 8.4 billion global mobile devices and connections, there are now more mobile devices than people in the entire world. And in the US alone, the average person spends 3 to 5 hours per day on their phone. Our phones are creating new means and platforms to reach people wherever they are. And brands need to find an effective way to connect with new and existing customers on mobile in order to build their brand. So the big question here is, how can you connect with people on mobile devices and across geographies efficiently? Big surprise, through the Facebook ads platform, you can share your message across our family of apps and services. Facebook knows people on mobile. Over 2.3 billion people connect with Facebook every month, and more people use the Facebook family of apps and services than any other platform in the world. So to add on top of that massive scale, 800 million people use Instagram each month. Over 1 billion people are reached through the through the audience network every month. 1.3 billion people use Messenger every single month, and nearly 20 million businesses exchange messages with people every month. Guys, these are huge captive audiences. To give you perspective, the world's population is only 7.2 billion, and we have a lot of them on our platform. So here are a few current and forecasted stats as to why videos are an integral part to your mobile strategy. So over 100 million hours of video are watched per day on Facebook globally. Time spent watching video on Instagram has increased by about 80% in the last year alone. Facebook and Instagram make up over 20% of time spent on mobile. Cisco predicts by year 2020 that 75% of all mobile data consumed will be video content. The average Instagram user scrolls the entire length of the Empire State Building each day. Yes, that's a lot of content. Now, jumping into Instagram stories. So I'll start by telling you guys a personal story. Let's talk about my mom for a second. She is a complete worrywart. Everything online, whether it comes to safety, security, fraud, she is absolutely not a proponent of online social media whatsoever. She thinks everyone and everything is out to get her. She doesn't even open photos and videos or articles that I send her via text, and I'm her son. Recently, I just got back from a trip to Costa Rica on October 29th. It was an amazing trip. However, the internet was a little spotty. I didn't really text or call anyone, and I definitely didn't send any photos or videos to my mom. When I got back, I saw that I had a text from my mom, and the first thing she said was, "I saw your photos on the little Instagram thingy at the top of the page." I had no idea what she was talking about until I thought about it a little bit more. She was referring to Instagram stories. And that for me was a proud son moment. Going from not opening any text, videos, or photos on her phone to watching content seamlessly through Instagram stories was a moment for me that couldn't be taken back. And now, within the last week or so since I've been back from Costa Rica, she and I have these regular exchanges on stories. And that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't such an easy process for her. So jumping into stories for a second, there have been many disruptive innovations in tech over the years, which have flipped the industry on its side and required us to all think differently about what we build. The mobile device brought increased connectivity and consumption of content. People and information could now be accessed all over the world all the time. Every mobile device now comes with a high production camera. This has led to increase in not only photos being shared, but also video. Photos and video help people communicate faster than text and make communication more immersive and fun. As I mentioned previously, researchers are estimating that mobile video will account for 75% of total video by 2020, and that's total data consumption. The next big change in consumer behavior is stories. The popularity of this format could not have come before mobile or video because it combines the best of both. The rise of the full-screen vertical stories format comes at a time that people are seeking quick, casual connections. While feed is still growing, undoubtedly, we expect stories to grow at a faster rate, and now is the time for you to jump in, not later. All right, so why do people love stories? Stories are a new way to visually communicate. They're quick and playful, they're full screen and attention grabbing, they're authentic, and they're real time. And they disappear after 24 hours, so there's no pressure to be perfect. It's a transitory experience. Stories are visual and interactive. Stories fulfill people's need to consume interesting content with their need to interact and share. The stories format has come hand in hand with camera effects, augmented reality, and interactivity, including direct messaging, polls, filters, everything that you see within the Instagram stories and Instagram camera. That is a richer experience than what we have seen on mobile before. Stories match consumer behavior. Most people hold their phones vertically throughout their day, and people can retain and recall information faster on their mobile device than on desktop. Stories are optimized for vertical, full screen, and allow people to watch multiple videos and photos quickly. So let's talk about storytelling for a second. As our world has gotten bigger and more complex, visual communication has become the global language. Images are universal. They transcend language and cultural barriers. This universality connects people on Instagram. Instagram is the mobile platform for visual storytelling. For consumers and businesses alike, this is the same exact narrative. Instagram is where the world captures and shares its moments, from the epic to the everyday. Instagram launched stories in August of 2016 as a creative canvas for frequent, casual, and authentic sharing. It is a playful space to share everyday moments, not just the highlights. Organic stories are ephemeral and disappear after 24 hours, providing the basis for living digitally connected, expressing ourselves in the moment, and encouraging playful interaction. So, in June 2018, we announced that we are now seeing more than 400 million accounts every day use stories. We're seeing incredible growth with Instagram stories in a very short period of time, faster than we've seen with Instagram feed, for example. This has led us to believe that stories and the stories format are an experience that people are craving and are going to continue to use day after day. So people share and consume content differently in stories than they do in feed. The full screen format, for example, it removes other distractions so people are fully engaged. Video engagement is shining through in the numbers. In fact, 50% of Instagram stories are video, and 60% of those are viewed with the sound on. Also, 1 in 3 stories get a direct message, which implies that people enjoy connecting with businesses on stories. So let's talk about for a sec why stories matter for business. Simply put, consumers are in the midst of shifting to the stories format, but businesses are lagging behind. This presents an immense opportunity to reach your customers where they are, increasingly spending their time and where you should be as well. And a pro tip, CPMs with Instagram stories placement is discounted right now in these early days to allow for mass adoption. So take advantage. In addition to connecting with friends and family, sharing passions and hobbies, and many other things, people look to stories to connect with brands they like, to get an insider's view of a brand or product they like, and to find out new products that are relevant to them. Businesses of all sizes are trying stories with great engagement and success. In fact, 1/3 of the most viewed stories are from businesses. About half of businesses on Instagram have created a story in a typical month. So, see more with Instagram Stories ads. Adding Stories ads to your campaign expands your ad campaign to the ever-growing Stories format and literally allows you to see more creative possibilities in the full screen format. Instagram Stories is a creative, engaging, and immersive full screen format that drives action. This ever-growing ad format is powered by Facebook's advanced people-based targeting, a scaled audience, and measurement solutions that you know and that you trust. Stories ads are an unmatched creative canvas that results in real business outcomes for both brand and performance advertisers. So let's talk about carousel. Carousel ads for stories allow businesses to display up to 3 pieces of content within a single ad. This lets advertisers have flexibility to be creative in stories in the same way the community is doing today. Feed is a creative feature, not a hurdle. People consume content very quickly in organic stories, so use multiple cards within one ad to extend viewing time. The format is up to 3 cards with the same ad specs as Instagram Stories ads and use the same progress bar pattern as organic media. Carousel ads for stories supports mixed media. Images can be displayed for 5 seconds by default, and video can play up to 15 seconds per card. Now let's look at Michael Kors as a carousel case study. So Michael Kors ran a carousel ad in Instagram Stories to boost awareness of its Michael Kors Access smartwatches among a wider audience. What they saw was a 20% increase in return on ad spend. They also saw an 8-point lift in ad recall. Lastly, they were able to see a 60% lower cost per click than they saw with other formats. So let's look at the customer for a second. Take customers on a seamless post-click experience to explore your products on brand. Amplify the full screen stories experience with one simple swipe from Instagram Stories, all while staying within the Instagram app. That's unheard of. Use instant experience to show more products or in lieu of a landing page. It is available for the following objectives. You can use reach with Instagram Stories. You can use video views, brand awareness, clicks or website traffic, conversions, and mobile app installs. So when product discovery occurs, shopping makes it easier to act on inspiration. Now more than 90 million accounts tap on a shopping post to learn more about products that they've discovered on a monthly basis. Shopping in Stories is now available. When you add a product sticker to an Instagram story, your audience will be able to discover the featured product through your story. You can also save the story as a highlight. Stories ads are a full funnel solution.
What can Stories ads inspire? Stories ads can inspire growth, helping boost message association. Stories ads can inspire more conversions, driving app installs. Stories ads can inspire more efficient campaigns, lowering costs. With 300 million accounts watching stories every day, what will stories inspire for you? Instagram Stories. Inspire action.
So people come to Instagram Stories with an open mindset seeking visual inspiration, making it an ideal platform to tell your brand's story. We offer various awareness objectives that generate demand and build loyalty for your brand or products, including reach, brand awareness, video views. Stories ads can be used for the auction or when buying with reach and frequency. So here are some of the general best practices to consider as you approach brand advertising on Instagram stories. First off, you want to craft the vertical space for creative storytelling. Lean into the full screen vertical format and tapping behavior to tell compelling stories about your brand. You want to build relevant, well-branded, content-driven creative to build brand equity and perception among your target audience. Third, you want to drive awareness and action at key moments like launches, premieres, seasonal moments, promotions, and sales events. Lastly, you want to share authentic content like behind-the-scenes looks, sneak peeks at products, and build trust and loyalty among your customers. Let's take the Samsung case study, for example. Samsung Indonesia captured the attention of younger audiences in Indonesia by running ads and Instagram stories for the new Galaxy A smartphone. What they were able to see was a 9-point lift in ad recall. They also saw a 7-point lift in brand preference, and they were able to reach a total of about 22.8 million people. If you look at this as a traditional media buy for TV, for example, this is a very well-suited campaign here. It's well planned, it's robust, it's reaching a lot of people, and it came in at a more desirable cost. So stories is a visually immersive format that drives real business results and allows you to measure the impact of your activities. Instagram Stories ads offer various performance direct response objectives, including lead generation, website traffic, website conversion, and mobile app installs. So let's look at these performance marketing considerations. You want to optimize for the right objective. When using optimal strategies, we have seen improved Instagram direct response performance. There has been a healthy increase in the percentage of revenue delivered on Instagram through placement optimization campaigns, indicating that Instagram is providing efficient results based on business objectives. Secondly, we want to focus on pixel placement for optimization. We recommend that you place pixels along the entire conversion path or consumer journey and to test optimizing for the most traffic pixel. Third, you want to give your customers a comprehensive explanation of the products you are selling. Make sure it grabs their attention and holds it. And finally, it's important that you track and measure real business outcomes based on people, not proxies, by tracking real business outcomes. Now, on the topic of heavy-hitting performance campaigns to drive real business outcomes, I have the pleasure of welcoming Marcus Cumby, a former partner manager at Facebook. Marcus is now a marketing manager on a luminous business product marketing team where he is uniquely positioned with a bird's eye view of the entire Facebook advertising landscape. Marcus is a master at navigating efficient conversions. Welcome, Marcus.
Thank you for having me. Cool. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And basically what I'll be covering today, as Phil mentioned, is how you can move away from sort of proxy metric campaigns, which may only drive proxy metrics that you care about, like traffic, but really evolve it into a marketing campaign or strategy that focuses on driving the outcomes that are really important for sustaining your business. So we call this overall approach on the Facebook side, marketing for real outcomes. Now, when your business relies on conversions, app installs, or store visits, optimizing your campaign for a metric, like you may see here on the left, like an impression or a click, may lead to wasted ad dollars as well as unsustainable campaigns. During the early days of digital performance marketing, advertisers sought clicks to drive purchases or traffic to their websites. But as the behavior across the Facebook family of apps and services matures, we can actually now help advertisers adopt a more outcome-driven approach that optimizes for actions which support the business directly. These things can be any objectives, whether they're store visits, leads, or online purchases. This is a great slide that has a strong visualization of where we started with things like impressions, clicks, page likes, as well as engagement back in 2007 to where we are now, where we can actually optimize for higher value or return on ad spend. So obviously every single vertical, if you will, is going to have a different goal. So this is just a good example. But I think it just goes to show you that no matter what your vertical is, whether it's retail, e-commerce, financial services, education, you can drive different actions on our platform. So By connecting with your most valuable audiences, as well as building campaigns for actions such as submissions or purchases or in-store visits, we believe that you'll potentially gain more from your ad spend. This is what a marketing campaign designed for real outcomes is all about. Using your customer expertise in order to optimize results that matter to you over clicks or traffic. So a performance marketing campaign that's built for real outcomes focuses on 4 key principles. Number 1 is focusing on outcomes. So using your down funnel signals to design and build your performance campaign around the marketing objectives and optimizations that sustain your business. Number 2, sharing insights. So using what you know about your customers to discover new and valuable audiences on our platform. Number 3, strategizing your bids. Tell us the real value that an action is worth to your business, and let us help you maximize your spend for the duration of your campaign in order to get the most results for your budget. We believe that these principles are your best opportunity to uncover new and existing audiences that are likely to take action that you desire, as well as grow your business. The rest of this presentation is going to explore the tools and features that Facebook has now that enable these key principles based on the focus of value-based marketing. So let's double click on these. Focusing on outcomes. So you don't just want clicks, right? You actually want real business results. Before we can help you reach your marketing goals, you actually need to understand what those goals are. That is why it's important for you to tell us what you hope to achieve with your Facebook campaigns. From your direction, we're going to tailor your campaigns as well as your ad delivery to deliver the business outcomes that you desire. So what do I mean by business outcomes or objectives? So media performance advertisers will have a number of different marketing objectives or goals that they focus on to drive revenue. Again, these are a few examples that are listed here on the screen, but they could be conversions, catalog sales, store visits, or even app installs. So once you select a marketing objective, your ad creation workflow and your ad delivery options are actually going to be customized around that objective in order to find audiences that are most likely to help you reach that objective. So it's important to weigh the different considerations of each of the different ad delivery optimizations that we have to ensure that you're selecting the right one for your business goals. So this is an example of just 3 different optimizations that we have, but we have quite a few more. So app events, value, as well as conversion optimizations. These are all very, very powerful tools, but they differ in the outcomes they're actually trying to achieve. So to double click, app event optimization is best suited for an app or game goal or gaming goal, such as an install, an in-app purchase, or just driving more use. An optimization like value is best suited for a marketer that is actually seeking to maximize their return on ad spend or value their per purchase at the trade-off of lower volume. While something like conversion optimization is actually going to seek to drive more volume without any regard to transactional value. So to kind of get a little bit more in the weeds on this specific topic, once you've shared your objectives and your targeting preferences, our machine learning algorithm factors those inputs along with the engagement as well as actions of people on Facebook to deliver your message to the audiences that are most likely to take that specific desired action. This is what it kind of looks like in practice, right? You select your targeting, whether that's location, interest, or of course demographics. You select the optimization goal that you are telling us is super important to drive your business or whatever your business outcome is. So again, an example would be a conversion, a click, or a video view. And then who will see your ad is based on those different options that you select. And of course, one of the most critical is an optimization goal. So someone that is most likely to watch a video is going to be different than someone that is most likely to take a conversion off of Facebook and on your website. So let's imagine that this white circle here represents the target audience for an ad set that an advertiser like Jasper's Boutique sets up. Different people within this target audience are going to have different propensities for different behaviors. So some people are likely to click, some people are likely to convert, and some aren't likely to take an action at all. So when you optimize for clicks, you are more likely to reach people that are in that dark blue circle that you see there on the left. When you optimize for conversions, you're more likely to reach the people in the light blue circle there on the top right. And when you optimize for an action that's not necessarily correlated with an action, like reach, you have a better chance of reaching more people overall, whether or not they click or convert on the ad that they see. Cool. So whenever you're, like I said it before, but when you're optimizing something like clicks, that means you'll be likely to reach more of those people. Optimizing for purchases, for conversions means you'll reach those people, and optimizing for something like reach means you'll just be, again, not really going for a specific action, but just reach overall. Now, let's say that Joe and Jill both fall into the target audience for this Jasper's Boutique ad, but based on what Facebook knows about Jill and Joe, we believe that Jill is many, many times more likely than Joe to make a purchase on Jasper's website. So if you optimize for clicks, however, you actually be saying that you're really equally happy to reach Jill or Joe with an ad. And on the other hand, if you optimize for conversions, telling the system that you care about reaching people who are likely to take the specified action on your website, and thus you're more likely to reach Jill and other likely converters just like her. So to kind of just focus again on the outcomes principle, these are the takeaways to think about. Number one, your marketing objective. Tell Facebook, tell us what you hope to achieve, and we'll tailor the ad creation workflow and options around that goal. Second is a conversion event. Let us know what action is most important to you for the campaign, so we'll be able to identify when that action is taken. Lastly, the optimization goal. So we try to show your ads again to audiences that are most likely to complete that specific action that you desire, and informing us on what action you want completed helps us to accomplish this goal. So just to kind of go back to that slide that I stated earlier, we started our platform with things like clicks, likes, and engagement, but we know that advertisers and marketers want to get conversions or drive store visits, anything that is an impression or a click, and that's definitely where we recommend that you focus your time and efforts. So let's move on to our next section, which is just around sharing insights. So by telling us what you know about your customers and what each customer is worth to you, our system is better enabled to not only find your existing customers, but also uncover new audiences of similar value who are likely to be interested in your products as well as your services. So let's explore the products and tools that allow you to share your customer expertise with Facebook. Cool. So an important step in maximizing your results is properly combining your customer signals that you have and brand content within the context of our technology and people expertise to reach the right people across the Facebook family of apps and services. So the first part of this process involves sharing your customer knowledge through the following products in order to find your customers and people that are just like them. So the Facebook Pixel, the mobile SDK, which is essentially the Facebook Pixel but for mobile apps, offline conversions, as well as custom audiences. Now we'll take a look at each of these products to learn how they inform our system as well as maximize their performance. Cool. So when you have your budget and goals set in our system, our machine learning takes it from there. They can connect what we know about people with what you know about your customers across your website, apps, or stores to help you engage your existing customers and also acquire the most valuable new customers. So here's how it works. People will see ads and take certain actions such as view content, add things to their cart, complete a purchase, or book a trip. And this happens across their mobile, their laptop, or in the store. And each action creates what we call intent signals. So when this cross-platform data is combined with ours, you have a better understanding of your most valuable customers. And with this data, Facebook targeting and optimization can give you a reliable way to reach customers earlier in their journey and turn interest into sales. So you can reach potentially valuable customers at the start of their journey for the perfect dress, car, hotel, whatever the product may be, or after they found the perfect one and haven't yet purchased. Great. Now, the Facebook Pixel is the primary way for an advertiser to share their signals from their website on how visitors and customers behave. It's designed to help advertisers leverage these signals, enabling you to either build audiences based on those actions that people have taken on your site, optimize your campaigns to deliver higher value results, as well as measure the overall success of your campaigns across the Facebook family of apps and services. The Pixel unlocks some of our most sophisticated products, including custom audiences from your website, which allows you to build target audiences based on intent signals, as well as advanced products like dynamic ads, which allows you to retarget people that are most likely to convert or take an action based off the signals that we get from your website. If you haven't already implemented the pixel, there are 3 reasons why you should consider doing so that are listed here on the screen. First is reaching the right people. So you're able to, with the Facebook pixel, to build an audience that's based on actions that people take on the site using rules like time spent, frequency, as well as pages viewed. Second is optimization. So you're able to optimize campaigns for results that are along the funnel that I showed you earlier, including high-value events like conversions or completed registration. And then lastly is measurement. So with the Facebook pixel, you are able to really get a strong understanding how customers have moved between touch points before converting, as well as leverage advanced tools like Conversion Lift to understand the incremental impact of campaigns that you're running on our platform. This is another exciting, fairly emerging, I'd say, option that we have is offline conversions. So what offline conversions allow you to do is really 3 different things. Number 1 is measure the true value of your campaigns. You're able to account for your ad spend across different channels. Number 2 is target the right people. You're able to successfully reach your in-store shoppers based on offline behaviors and attributes. And then third, you're able to optimize performance. So you can make better decisions based off timely offline insights and signals that you're getting. So offline conversions overall is meant to help an advertiser connect their database system, such as a CRM system or a point of sale system, to their Facebook account so that you can track offline events that are not captured by the Facebook pixel or the SDK. So if you are a marketer or a business, I should say, that has an offline presence, like a retailer, then this is a great solution for you to close the loop as well as optimize accordingly. Awesome. So I touched on this earlier, but with the Facebook pixel and the SDK, you are able to build audiences based off the data that you provided on our platform. So when you create a custom audience, you unlock the ability to also build what we call lookalike audiences, and I think even more cooler, value-based lookalike audiences that greatly increase your ability to connect with people who are most valuable to your business. So a custom audience, we talked about this before, you can reach people that you already know, create from information that you provide to Facebook, whether that's, again, via the Facebook pixel or the SDK. You're also able to upload a CRM file of customers that you already know as well. With the way that a lookalike audience work, or lookalike modeling works, is that we take that custom audience and we find people that are the most similar to them on our platform. So that could be a lookalike audience built from a custom audience, the Facebook pixel website custom audience, or even a Facebook page. One of the more cooler and newer features that we have with lookalike audiences is what we call value-based lookalike audiences. We created this because we know that not every single customer is equal. So by adding a column with the monetary lifetime or average purchase order value for each customer to the customer data file that you upload, our platform is actually better able to identify audiences who are likely to drive the most sales to your site, app, or also in your stores. We're also working to improve this product so that you're able to share the value of each customer directly from your website or app with this feature, as well as the mobile SDK. So really, really exciting things that are coming down the pipeline with value-based lookalike audiences. So to recap the focus on outcomes principle, these are the 3 things to remember that really work in tandem. Number 1 is share context. So make sure that you're tracking your campaigns with either the Facebook pixel, or if it's a mobile app, the mobile app SDK. Number 2, providing content. So use what you know to find the new and existing customers. And then number 3, adding value. Tell us the value of customers and actions to maximize returns and investment on our platform. Great. So let's go into the 3rd principle, which is being flexible. So giving our platform more flexibility to find the lowest cost placement opportunities, as well as managing your bid and ad set budget, really, really does maximize your returns. So let's explore how you can create a really, really flexible campaign that is suited to seize every single opportunity for lower cost conversions. The 3 key products to do that. Number 1 is automatic placements. So whenever you enable automatic placements, you elect to run your ads across the entire Facebook family of apps and services in order to deliver ad content on the platform that is most likely to drive campaign results at the lowest possible cost at any given time throughout the duration of that particular campaign. The second tool that we have, which is one of my favorites personally, is a tool called campaign budget optimization. We'll get into this a little bit later, but what campaign budget optimization is at a very, very high level is it allows you to set one central campaign budget to optimize and continuously distribute budget to the top performing ad sets in real time. The third is lowest cost bidding. So lowest cost bidding is our most flexible bid strategy type that offers the most scale. This strategy will always bid the amount to minimize your cost per result while also maintaining your budget. So this allows us to get the most results for your budget, even as costs may rise throughout the duration of the campaign. So let's explore each one of these different areas in a little bit more depth and also see how they can work together to deliver efficient results. So we call the places where your ads can appear on our platform placements. So we heard about them a little bit earlier, Facebook, Instagram Stories, Audience Network, etc. Every placement is an opportunity for you to connect with someone who may be interested in your products or your services. So when you enable our automatic placements feature during the campaign setup, as I said, you're electing for us to run ads across the entire Facebook family of apps and services in order to deliver ad content on the platform that is most likely to drive campaign results at the lowest possible cost at any given time. And again, the main benefit for this tool is that it gives you more opportunities to reach more people and helps you maximize your results. One thing that is really, really exciting on our platform too is we are able to give advertisers control over creative. So you see in this particular example that is the same piece of ad content that appears across all the different apps and services. But we do now allow advertisers through a tool called placement asset customization to run different creative across multiple placements while still running in an automatic placements fashion. The next tool that I want to talk about a little bit more is campaign budget optimization. So without campaign budget optimization, your campaign level budget is spent evenly across the different ad sets. You'll see here on the left. But when you turn on campaign budget optimization, Facebook will allocate the campaign level budget to the best performing ad sets in real time. So the best way to kind of think about this is that it's continuous exploration across all of the ad sets versus manual manipulation at the different ad set level. So this is a hypothetical example listed here on the screen, but you can see that it did spend the same amount of budget, but the actual cost per conversion actually decreased. This can also help with other performance benefits such as under delivery as well. So it really, really is a powerful tool through and through. So this is a really simplified version of how campaign budget optimization and automatic placements work together. So this is a simplified view of the campaign structure, right? So you've got your campaign. Under that, you have different ad sets. Under those ad sets, you have the different placements that you want to opt into. So campaign budget optimization works by giving Facebook, again, the flexibility to let each dollar of your campaign flow to the ad set that's providing the best outcome at any given moment in time throughout the duration of your campaign. So you see here in the middle ad set was providing the best results. So our delivery system doubled down on it. Advanced placement works the same way, but instead of the placement level, you can see here within each ad set, the delivery system is actually doubling down on the winning placements. So in some cases, you may see that this means relatively little delivery on a given placement. That's actually totally fine, and in some cases, to be expected. The goal isn't equal spend with campaign budget optimization or automatic placements, but it's the best possible spend. So you want to make sure you're giving Facebook the flexibility to look across all available sources of inventory. Great. So lowest cost bidding not only provides you with the highest possibility of getting more results for your budget, but it also places your spend for the entire duration of your campaign in order for you to actually exhaust your budget or spend it in full. So lowest cost bidding uses what we call a discount bidding strategy. Actually adjust your bid to ensure that your ads are delivered at the lowest possible cost per outcome. So what does that mean in action? So long-term success of your campaign relies on it being profitable, as you all know. So it's important to not bid more than an action is worth, which is represented here by the blue line, so that you can maintain, by doing that, a positive return on ad spend. The green line signals a low campaign value because bidding above what the action is worth will actually diminish your return on ad spend. However, if you bid the true value of the action, you'll actually be in a better position to have a high campaign value, which is the green line here, and low campaign cost, which is the blue line, which is why we encourage you to only bid the true value of an action. Cool. So just to kind of recap here, the sort of three key takeaways: automatic placements, campaign budget optimization, as well as lowest cost bidding. The automatic placements run across the entire Facebook family of apps and services in order to deliver your ads to the pieces of inventory where you're going to get the most efficient results. Campaign budget optimization, allowing you to set one central campaign budget to optimize and continuously distribute budget to the top performing ad sets in real time. And lowest cost bidding, again, the most flexible bidding strategy that offers the most scale. So again, just think about using these together as a way to maximize your campaign's flexibility so that you can improve the profitability of getting the lowest possible costs for conversions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marcus. And thank you, 1SEO, for letting us be a part of this amazing experience. Thank you, 1Conference, and everyone who put this together. We hope you guys enjoy the koozies and the stickers. And we really hope to work with you guys soon. And thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
I'm not an audio person, but we will have great audio, right? Let's just address that big elephant. If we do one thing, we will have audio. All right? So first I'd like to introduce Keith, BJ, Heather, Alyssa. So Keith is our actually head of IT. She has any IT questions. Heather's been with me for a little over 6 years. She knows social media, SEO, PC. BJ is one of my directors here. And I asked Alyssa from KickCharge, who we've worked with on a lot of branding. Alyssa's probably one of the best people in just overall branding and logos to represent companies. You guys can ask any questions you want. Alyssa Daly is going to come to you with a microphone and she's speaking to the microphone so everybody can hear it. I promise you next year the audio will be better if we get through this. So ask away, rapid fire, whatever you want. And if you have questions, just raise your hand. Alyssa will walk over to you. And thank you very much, everyone. And after this,
I'm actually mic'd, so you're going to tell me the question, and then I'm going to let them know.
I have two questions. First is, a lot of different platforms were mentioned here today, but I didn't hear anything about LinkedIn. Is LinkedIn anywhere in the mix of social media and or business use today, that you see value in?
Okay. So from a LinkedIn standpoint, a lot of the advertising or the posting that you want to do on there is mostly B2B. So there's not a lot of benefit that you're going to see if you're an e-commerce to consumer, or if you're you know, it's mostly just for corporate businesses. So if you're looking to put money behind it, that's where we utilize it. But a lot of the other platforms that we use when you're B2C, you're selling products, you're selling services, are on all of the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. You're right out in front of them.
Okay, second question, if you don't mind. Is there one platform, a lot of small businesses that use these different social medias, is there one single platform that you can create and manage content all together versus having to use every single platform and then duplicate your efforts?
Do you use Hootsuite? Because I don't know much about it.
You can use a platform called Hootsuite that helps you schedule and deploy your posts across platforms, so you don't need to manually log into each separate one. So Hootsuite, H-O-O-T suite. So it just streamlines the process a little bit.
If I could caveat that a little bit. So you have different audiences on different social platforms. So sometimes it does warrant talking to them differently in different areas. And if you have people follow you across many platforms, the idea of why do I need to follow you across every single one if it's the same information. So food for thought, but Hootsuite is a game changer. More questions, guys?
Linda, you got nothing? Linda, I was just going to say, Linda, come on.
Sure.
Say if I'm going to open a second location in a nearby state, for the Google listing, your local business listing, is there a way to have the reviews show up? Say if I have 200 at my New Jersey location, I'm doing the same thing 100 miles away, do I have to start over and get longer reviews for that?
Yes, so the question is regarding a second location when it comes to Google My Business and the reviews that went with the first location, do I have to do it again for a second one, right? So actually you do. It is tied to the brick and mortar. So if you have an office in point A and an office in point B, they can't coincide as one when it comes to the review side of it. Yes?
Do you guys find that more millennials and Gen Y use Snapchat over Instagram?
So I'm a millennial, and I rarely use those myself. But yes, I feel Instagram is up there for the millennials, 100%. My Gen Zers, I employ a few, they actually they enjoy that super instant gratification. But we know Snapchat has been very rocky lately. If you guys like to add to that. Yeah.
Rocky as is now. Like I have two older children that use it almost every single day. They want me to come onto it, so I didn't see it mentioned at all, and I just want to see where it is.
Yeah, that's where all the fun stuff is. But they've struggled with being able to monetize it appropriately over time. You can do filters for events, which is great when you have something big like the Eagles Parade. But if it's not a big event, it's kind of hit or miss. Snapchat. Sure.
What do you suggest, like, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. We have work that needs to be done in all of these areas. So for a smaller company that is looking to, maybe focus on one or get started, where do we start?
Sure.
As a social media platform?
It was kind of all around, SEO, social media, like, we're small, we can't do all of it. And we not all of it at once.
What industry are you in?
We're a wholesale home and garden or distributor.
Okay.
My first advice to you would be to buckle down and really audit what assets you have online. There's a lot of technical information that came from the presentations today. You can start going through those. There's a lot of free tools I can get with you after and name a few that'll help point you in the right direction. But the thing with online marketing is it's always the tip of the iceberg you get, and it's the time you spend in it that's going to help you deep dive as to where you should put your effort. That's why agencies like us exist.
I have to start actually, the concrete business in Manhattan. in Manhattan here.
Concrete.
What is the best way to have the marketing and the social media you want? Like construction related to concrete, sidewalk, scaffolding. Yeah, and the roofing.
So you're trying to perform for those things in Manhattan?
See in Manhattan area and the 5 boroughs.
Okay. So the question is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have a business in Manhattan that does concrete, scaffolding, whole 9 yards, and you want to be found relevant online for that? Yes. Yep. So is there an actual office location in Manhattan?
Yes.
Okay. So I would start with your local presence first. Yes, Google and the other search engines want to see that you actually exist in that area. From there, you're going to make sure that your site content is really on point. It speaks to those things, because not only does the end user need to be able to land on your site and actually understand what services you provide, but the bots need to be able to do the same. So the bots come out from Google, from Bing, Yahoo, and they scrub the site to see what information you're relevant for. So being evident in Manhattan, in addition to having clear, concise content, it's really going to help drive that point home.
There is any way we can, not only Manhattan, like Manhattan, offices in Manhattan, but we have a target for marketing for the 5 boroughs, like Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island. The main office is in Manhattan. How we can do it?
Sure. So when we're optimizing a website for organic search, we know where your target market is, and we make sure that the right locations are in your content. So knowing where you want people to find you, we will make sure that the right towns, the boroughs are named in the, you need to have those words in the website content. So not only about what you do, but where you do it. And then when people are doing searches in that area, it's telling Google that you're relevant for concrete, for roofing, for scaffolding, rental, whatever services they are in that area where you're located and where you serve. So we talk about all those objectives with you, and then write the content on your site so that it's clear that that's where you serve.
We'll talk about that after. Sound good? Questions for me?
Just a quick question. I don't know if this is something that you're dealing, but speaking of content, they were talking about a rise in popularity of video and stories. I guess if you have top tips for video, and do you need to hire a professional videographer?
It completely depends upon the medium you're putting it on. So if you're looking for some type of content where you're just trying to capture users on Facebook, for example, it can be short and sweet. They only have to scroll past it and have about 3 seconds of the video before Facebook's captured their email, and then you can use that to remarket to them in another format. If you're looking for something that's on the website, something that's engaging, since I would have something that you put up on YouTube and then have basically a double-edged sword. So something that's good quality content, it doesn't need to be longer than 30 seconds because the average attention span of a user is that of a goldfish. So if you have something engaging enough that it's not only on YouTube, embedded on the website, it's optimized to show up in search, it's enough to grab the attention of somebody, that's really all you need it for.
I will add to that. We live in a world where everybody's cell phone shoots video now, and it's socially acceptable to have certain levels of video. So if you don't have the budget to go out and do these high-end productions, I advise that if you can, they're great for storytelling because it drives your point home and it sets you apart from your competition. But at the very least, utilize video to your advantage. Using cell phone, you can go on Amazon, buy yourself a cell phone tripod, and then just edit it afterwards.
There are many SEO companies out there, but they're doing, they claim to help you do Google ranking the best. But why don't Google take away their business? Since they are, they are the ones that are search engine based. So why don't Google just take away all the SEO? Do it, give a different department.
I'll answer that for you. I'll tell you why. So I actually asked that question to Darius and Maris, who interviewed me when I was up at Google about 2 weeks ago. And as you know, paid's getting stronger. It started about 20–25% of all clicks. Think about this: what brought newspapers down? I mean, what was the authority? You gave good content. Now the media is skewed newspapers so bad, they're at an all-time low. Google wants you to trust them. They will never get rid of organic, knowing that 75%, 80% of their traffic, depending on where you are, is organic, it's trusted, it looks natural. The last thing they want to get into is the manipulation game and make it all data play. You won't trust them. So it made a lot of sense, and I believe them. And when I got to sit down with Lyle himself, who runs pretty much all Alphabet, he said to me point blank, you make enough money, we're finding other ways to maximize our money. The last thing we want to do is have our users jump to Bing or Yahoo and lose them off our platform or Facebook. They know that they're a trusted source. They will never get rid of organic. Sorry to jump in, but that's the question. I had the same conversation.
Make sure you repeat the questions.
Yep.
I want to follow up with that. When you're on the mobile, I mean, there isn't much there. Obviously, on your desktop, you get all the organic searches. But on mobile, it's pretty much the ad and very little. So it is a data play.
So no, that's actually a concept of misbelief that most people think. Believe it or not, the majority of people, because they highlight the ads now, running AdWords for a campaign and make yourself the 1.7 bid or 1.5 bid, and then you rank organically for the first. You'll see yourself on that organic query. You'll get about 4 to 5 times more clicks to the organic query for that same query than paid. So I think about this. The other part about AdWords is this: is you can't be there all the time, but it is a great ROI. For most people on a mobile device, people are so used to it now, they care what they're strong in, and they scroll right down to their organic. So you just got to know that stat, and Google's never going to get rid of it. Do I think mobile, the way they made it, they went from 3 to 4 and made the paradigm shift? Did it impact it? Yes, it used to be only a 15 to 10% click-through rate and paid. They're up to 20, 25%. Do I ever see you get more than that? No, unless they got rid of organic, which would make no sense to them. It actually hurt their business, I think.
What do you think the biggest challenge in SEO is going to be outside of AI and research?
So the question is, what do we think is the biggest challenge going to be to SEO outside of voice search and AI? I think this goes back to what Dr. Kettler was talking about, and it's going to be the demographic. The internet, unfortunately, has made us, take things for granted, made us lazier as we search. Instead of best pizza place to eat tonight, it is now pizza. It shows up in the search engine results, and you're looking at what's close by, right? What can get to you the quickest. So yeah, me personally, I do believe that it's going to be demographic. You guys have something you want to add to that?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Laziness.
Especially my Gen Zers.
I have a YouTube. I want to bring the more traffic on. So which is the best solution you have?
So the question is how to get more traffic on YouTube. Okay.
I mean, when you're saying traffic, what's the goal? Just people to visit the channel? One of the strategies that we have in play for a handful of our clients is you could run a YouTube campaign through Google AdWords. It's actually very cost effective. It's down between 5 to 15 cents per click. Essentially, and you want to target all of the users that are within the medium. So what's your channel about?
Political and security. So I speak 9 languages, so there is 9 languages involved. So I want both 9 languages, the people on those countries, like in India, Russia, Turkish, Arabic, so everybody come and they will watch my channel.
So international data analyst?
Yeah.
Okay. What's cool about that is that YouTube is international, right? So if you're looking to target people that are, I guess looking for a data analyst online, people that are going on YouTube searching for information regarding your industry. You can target people on YouTube based on keywords, based on search phrases, based on similar interests, and your video will actually play that 15-second. I know everyone hates that when you're on YouTube and it's like, please wait for this video before you get to watch what you're going to see. But it's really cost effective. You only actually get charged if they play the video all the way to the end. So in doing that, you can embed links in the video, you can add stuff into the content, you can get people to drive back to your channel. We do it with a handful of clients for awareness. And in running that, you actually see people where you have earned views. So they go in, they go back, they like your channel, they start to watch other things on your channel. You get a lot of people leaving comments. And for some of them, it only is like $200 a month.
Just one other note is to make sure that you are writing your titles and descriptions and your tags on your videos with all of the relevant phrases that somebody would be looking for. So make sure they're detailed and descriptive and you're thinking of the ways people are going to be searching for your content so that it shows up. And of course, in different languages, making sure that you're translating that the right way, thinking of how the search phrases that they would use in each one of those regions. And then, you know, it'll come up as relevant content organically within YouTube as well.
When do you foresee the rise of a new media that would beat Facebook, Google, and Twitter?
The rise of a new media that would supersede the current.
The new thing that would beat Facebook, Google, Twitter, and all this right now.
So the question is, what do we foresee, you know, upserting Facebook and Google and everything? I think we're well past that point. I think the early 2000s really made everybody the game changers that they are today, and those industries and those big behemoths will keep reinventing themselves. I mean, Amazon started as a book-selling website, right? And now they're doing AI and their own computers and technology. So I think these companies are too massive and too sharp to be taken over.
So let's get up for our panel. Thank you.